On today's live daily news, an update on the Southwest McDonald's, a robbery on Christoval Road, and what to expect for pickups and drop-offs this year at Bowie Elementary. Plus, the Angelo Republican women stopped by to tell you about their upcoming meeting. All this and more. I'm Matt Trammell, and this is Live. But before we get to the news, do you like shrimp? If so, you will love fresh, wild-caught shrimp from the Texas Gulf Coast. Starting Thursday, the Matagorda Shrimp Company will be in San Angelo at 455 South Oaks, selling this week's fresh catch. Gulf Coast wild-caught shrimp is better, healthier, and doesn't contain those strange chemicals in shrimp imported from China that's found at supermarkets. Plus, you're supporting Texas fishermen in the Gulf. Fresh Gulf Coast shrimp will be sold by the pound in two varieties, peeled and deveined, or with the shell on. Also, it would be from the Gulf Coast without Cajun-inspired boudin sausage and smoked sausage, also available to perfectly accompany your fresh wild-caught shrimp from Captain Rawlings of the Matagorda Shrimp Company. The Matagorda Shrimp Company loves San Angelo, and this is a great opportunity to stock up for a shrimp boil or shrimp fry. Buy all the fresh wild-caught shrimp you need Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Matagorda Shrimp Company, parked at 455 South Oaks, the corner of South Oaks and Avenue A, right next to the museum. Captain Rawlings says he'll be open from 10 to 7 through Saturday. We'll see you there. We start the show today with news coming out of Southwest San Angelo. For months now, citizens across town have been waiting on the opening of McDonald's. Of course, we told you in July that the fast food joint would not be open for some time due to a legal disagreement with contractors who built the parking lot not up to city code. After another month sitting with no movement, crews were seen taking out the remainder of concrete, including the entire drive-through and sidewalks that surround the new building today. With this, the work being done, the question is being asked, are we one step closer to getting our third McDonald's? Only time will tell. Also, right down the street from there, another question has been swirling. The start of the 2023 school year at San Angelo ISD is just 2 weeks away from tomorrow, and parents have raised concerns about drop-off and pickup traffic at Bowie Elementary. Currently, traffic on Forest Trail is congested, as is the main detour for the College Hills construction. Typically, this road turns into a one-way during school hours, but what about this year? A spokesperson for the school district, Molly Turk, confirmed with our reporters that a plan has been made in conjunction with the city and the San Angelo Police Department. This year, the school will utilize two-way traffic by having kindergartners and first graders be picked up and dropped off in one direction, and the rest of the students be dropped off and picked up the other way. There are some fine details in this story, so check it out on sanangelolive.com. Moving into crime today, a violent San Angelo man has been indicted after he, his sister, and 3 other men allegedly assaulted a shop owner and stole several of his tools, a diamond ring, and a motorcycle. According to court documents, 35-year-old Levi Garrett Rosier has been indicted for robbery. On May 28th, the victim said that all of this began earlier in the day when he called Rosier and asked him to return a truck to the shop at the 5200 block of Christoval Road. When Rosier arrived, his sister and 3 other men got out of the truck and beat the victim. After the assault, Rosier's sister took a diamond ring from the victim's pocket, while the unknown men from the truck took items from the shop. And Rosier, well, he allegedly jumped on the victim's motorcycle and drove away. Rosier was arrested and booked into the Tom Green County Jail on June 6th and was released the next day on a $65,000 bond. Also, day 6 of the Kristen Bradley trial continued in Tom Green County today, with the San Angelo police detective revealing bizarre search histories made by those living in that heroin household. In the records revealed in court, Bradley and her 2 co-defendants, Dustin Smock and Destiny Harbor, had all shared Bradley's cell phone. During weeks leading up to Brixley Lee's death, searches had been made on why an infant wouldn't eat, could an infant be allergic to Gatorade, and how to treat a child for syphilis. The bizarre searches, however, asked about STD treatment and how to treat a cut on a guy's, how you doing? Testimony continued throughout the day and will continue in the morning. The trial is heating up as the state is rounding out their key witnesses, so stay tuned for updates. And it may be heating up in the courtroom, but as for outside, surprisingly looks like temperatures might be coming down. We are currently in an excessive heat warning with a high of only 102. However, tomorrow the National Weather Service has already downgraded that heat warning to a heat advisory. It will get a lot hotter moving into the back half of the week, but nothing too extreme. These warnings and advisories are always changing, so make sure you tune in to the live daily news show every day for your weather update. And finally, stay tuned because after the break, Cover 1 crew of James Bellini and Ryan Chadwick continue Texas high school football two-a-day coverages. Ryan is at Lakeview while James is at Christoval. Two great interviews to get you pumped for football. But first, here's a message from the Bass Bunch.
Hey, Aaron Terry here at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, and we have a limited time offer on F-150s. We've got over 50 F-150s in stock, and we have up to $11,000 in total savings. And what goes along with that $11,000 is 1.9%. Ford Motor Credit is offering 1.9% on purchases, which is gonna make your payment super low. So come down to Jim Bass Cars and Trucks at 4032 West Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
Hey everybody, I'm James Bellini. I am here with Coach Otho, Christoval Cougars, third day of 2 days. How's 2 days been going, Coach?
It's going pretty good. We're getting the last day of install, then we're going to start back over and start from day one again tomorrow.
All right, and are you happy with the attendance so far out here?
Yeah, everybody that showed up the first day's been back every day since.
All right, well that's a good thing.
Yeah, always a good thing.
Now, back when on our tour guests across the Country Valley, you said it might be kind of a quarterback competition out here. Have you seen both those guys? How do they look so far?
Yeah, so far both guys are bringing what I thought they would to the table. They both got different skill sets, and like I said, it may be a dual quarterback deal all year, or maybe one of them is going to step up and take over.
All right, but one deal about the quarterback, you got to have an offensive line. Graduated a bunch of those guys last year. How have you liked the development of you guys so far up front? Yeah,
these guys really gel together. They've all been, sitting on the sidelines for a year, some of them 2 years, waiting for their chance to get in there. And these guys, like I said, they gel well together. They're all friends. So I'm looking forward to these guys doing something special.
All right, and week one, El Dorado, the Battle of 277. Kind of go into that a little bit, and what do they bring to the table down there at El Dorado? How are you getting ready for them?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting prepared for everybody we can. Mainly what we want to do is prepare for ourselves. We like to go against each other, and it brings out a competition. But, week one, El Dorado, we always look forward to it. Not being in our district anymore, it's lost a little bit of its luster, but these guys still look forward to it.
And obviously the goal every year is playoffs, state. I think that should be the goal every year. But, realistically, where are you hoping these guys can, just get to week? I mean,
I just want these guys to make sure that they understand that their main goal is to get better every week. Sometimes the scoreboard doesn't indicate what kind of team you have, what kind of heart you have, and what kind of, season you're going to have.
Yeah, because you had one of those games last year, I think against Forsad, where a play got called back, and, it was a low-scoring game, and at the end it kind of,
Yeah,
so,
I told the guys yesterday, don't worry about the outside expectations, just worry about what your inside purpose is, and as long as you can control that, that's going to be positive for us.
All right, you heard it here, Coach Otho himself. We'll see you later.
Thanks, James. The Cougars are looking to have a big bounce-back season. There are some haters out there, but the Cover 1 crew believes this is going to be a big year for the Cougs. Before we move on to Chadwick, Intertel is a proud sponsor of Cover 1 football. Intertel is a long-standing local company that offers everything you need to get your home or business secure, safe, and under control. Just like the game of football, a good defense is the most important thing. Get a free quote today by visiting Intertel.com or by calling 325-658-8375. Now here is Ryan Chadwick at Lakeview.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Lakeview Chiefs, Hector Guevara. 2 days of starting, Coach. How do you feel about the attendance out here today?
It's been good. We're missing a few kids, but it's been really good.
As far as the team coming together after summer workouts, how do you feel like they look after a summer full of lifting?
Man, obviously some of them are, been working, so some are getting conditions, and the guys that are coming this summer, they look good. I mean, we got a ways to go though.
And of course, the first stop on that are your 2 scrimmages. You're going to Fort Stockton next week, correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you expect to see out of the scrimmages before the start of the season against Lamesa?
We just want to see some, execution. Make sure we're following our game plan and do what we're taught. The coaches are doing a good job getting those guys ready. Just playing sound football.
I see that behind me, where you were working with the linebackers earlier. Who's the guy on that defense that you expect to step up this year?
I think that's going to take 11 of us. So I think playing as a team, playing with all 11. I think that's what we're looking for. That's our aiming point.
All right, Coach. Well, again, this has been Hector Guevara here at Lakeview Two-A-Days. The season kicks off for the Chiefs on the 25th against Lamesa. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. The Chiefs started 3-0 last season and had us all thinking that this was the year for the Chiefs. They have the same opening schedule, but will the Chiefs be able to keep the streak a little longer this time? You'll have to find out Fridays this fall only on Cover 1. Moving out of sports and into the political ring, the San Angelo Republican women stopped by earlier today and spoke with Yantis Green about a list of things. We'll get to that in a second, but first, a word from Carpet Tech.
Our job is about so much more than cleaning floors. It's about personal investment.
We're always looking for opportunities to bring joy to everyone in the house.
So often, it's the small acts of kindness that mean the most.
You see, caring for people isn't new, even if they are.
At Carpet Tech, serving is always personal.
And welcome back to the show. Joining me today, representing the San Angelo Republican women, are Kelly Duncan Garrett and Ruth Staton. Ruth, you're new to us, so welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And you guys are always busy. So what do you want to talk about today, Kelly?
Well, today we're going to talk about our August meeting, which is next Monday.
Okay. We have a meeting coming up Monday.
And they are at 6 o'clock at the VFW. The meetings are first Monday of each month. And this meeting, we will have 2 strong women, Republican women, who will be talking about establishing legislative relationships. They're going to talk about their experience going to the Capitol and learning the process of how to promote the idea that they had and the topic that was near and dear to their heart.
And that's always important when the legislature meets is knowing what to do and what not to do when you get to Austin.
Well, that's true.
That is very
both
true.
Tell you that's very true. And the one thing that I've heard their presentation one other time, and I was so impressed. Of course, we are passionate women, or we would not be where we are.
Right.
And they just knew that this was something that was important to them, and they went not knowing what to do first. They started knocking on the doors of legislators, and anybody that'd talk to them, they would. And they went through an entire session until their particular topic came up, and they testified at a hearing. They'd never done that before. And what impressed me so much about them is that they are just like you and me and Ruth. We are just Texans. We're concerned about our state, and we want to do our part to make a difference.
People don't realize that you can go to the Capitol and that you can knock on doors and you can talk to people. Everybody's scared to death.
Right. It can be intimidating when you get to Austin.
But that's one of our rights, is that we can go and knock on the door and talk to people.
That's right. And after the regular session and a couple of special sessions, now there's a list of amendments, proposed amendments that are going to go before the people. Is that what you have here? Is that what we're talking about?
Right here.
14 constitutional amendments.
And it's important because that's coming up in November. And some of those are apply to everybody in the state, and some of them don't.
That is true.
But because of the nature of the Texas Constitution, any change has to be an amendment to the Constitution, and we all get to vote on it.
That's right. Even the fact of like they're trying to do the abolish the Galveston County Treasurer Amendment. So it doesn't affect everybody, but it sure affects the county treasurer in Galveston.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot of people think it is not important to vote in an off year, a constitutional election year. It is important.
It
You know,
is.
you must take advantage of using your right to vote.
And the property tax relief measures that they fought so hard over are actually on the ballot. Those are not law yet.
Not law. That is right.
So we have to vote in November to get that huge property tax relief to make that a reality in Texas.
That is true.
Well, and as we know too, that everybody says, oh, well, this person or this candidate has all this support. I'm going to tell you, every vote counts, and I know. I won an election with 11 votes.
Oh, my.
So it is.
It's very important.
Every vote counts.
And I don't even want to talk about national politics, but every vote is important in every election, and that's part of what the Republican women do is facilitate that process and keep that at the forefront, because there's never really a lull in the election cycle.
There is not. And on that note, I would like to say that one thing that we will be making, not just the San Angelo Republican women and the Concho Valley Republican women, but all Republican women clubs across the state of Texas, the Texas Federation of Republican Women, will be making a strong effort to register people to vote, to clean up the voter rolls, to get people to the polls, because it's your right to vote. You need to voice your opinion. But we want Republicans to be elected, of course.
Right.
And one thing that is so important about West Texas, west of the I-35 corridor, is that it takes all of West Texas. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
It takes all of West Texas to carry us into victory over the rest of the state, because Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, those major cities are the majority of the votes.
They are.
And it takes every single vote in
We are
West
the
Texas.
rural.
The rural vote. And Ruth's election was in a rural county, and it took those 11 votes for her to win her election. And she was the first Republican elected in the county where she lived. I mean, when she was telling me that a while back, I was real impressed with that. So
That's a feat. That's an accomplishment.
And I want to say that the San Angelo Republican Women, in our sister club, the Concho Valley Republican Women, the Texas Federation of Republican Women, we are not just all work. We have fun because we're fun women, but we like to do things that are fun. We have socials throughout the year. We're getting ready for our big convention in October, and there will be a delegation from San Angelo, both clubs in San Angelo, that'll go up to Irving to our convention, and we'll be voting, electing new officers that serve for 2 years. We'll be making bylaws amendments. So we have our own element of voting that we do amongst the Republican women.
Okay.
And so we're gearing up for 2024. And locally, talking about the San Angelo Republican women, we're going to have Janet Brown and Brenda Howard. They are from Central Texas. I didn't say that. They're from Salado and Killeen.
Okay.
And that's who our speakers will be. And then in September, our September meeting will be the second Monday, which happens to be 9/11.
Okay.
So we will be having a special 9/11 program on that day.
Okay.
Not a regular educational program. There will be education in with it, because how can you talk about 9/11
That's right.
and remember and not learn something?
Right.
And But we have lots of things gearing up,
And of course, everyone that's interested can find you guys on Facebook and
Instagram. And we do have a local telephone number that is on our Facebook page.
Okay.
And we're so lucky. I mean, the Republican women in San Angelo are so lucky because they can go to a daytime club or they can go to a nighttime club. Both clubs provide excellent programming, and we're sending the same message. We want women to feel like they have a place to go. We want the men to come and see us too.
Right.
We have associate members, and we want to bring them all in, educate them. We want Republicans.
We want the women to know that they have a voice.
They have a voice. I was about to say, we want to unite all Republicans to come together as one voice, because everybody has a voice.
That's right.
And they need to use it.
And the meetings are the first Monday at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
At the VFW Hall over on Browning Street.
125 Browning Street.
125 Browning Street. Kelly and Ruth, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
I want y'all to come back.
We sure will. Thank you so much.
We'll go back to you guys.
Who decides where you get your hair cut? You do. An oil change? You do. How about an MRI? That's right, you do. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Get a doctor's orders. Tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. Let us do the rest. We call you to schedule an appointment, we call your insurance, and we send the results to your doctor. You need a doctor's orders, but a doctor can't order you where to go. It's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Thank you, Yantis, Ruth, and Kelly. Guys, do not miss the San Angelo Republican meeting this Monday night at the VFW. This is Live Daily News. We're here to give you everything you need to know to get you through the San Angelo day, including all the news that happened and a good interview to keep you interested. For everyone here at the San Angelo Live team, I'm Matt Trammell. We will see you guys tomorrow.